Hello, welcome pen friends. Welcome to my review of the Hongdian fountain pen converter, ink cartridge, filler, absorber, section. Let's see, it has a long name, but let's make it easy. What I actually think it is it's a cartridge converter, but it's also an ink syringe. It comes in 3 parts, and they come in these little blister packs here. I purchased 5 off of eBay for just under $12, and then later I found out I probably could have saved a little bit of money, but anyway, I was pretty excited about them. But then there were some things I learned about it, and I thought that it would be nice to do a video so to cut through that for you if you were interested in them. And what really got me, I've had these a long time actually. I had to go back a long ways on my eBay account to find the purchase. But what got me interested was the TWSBI converter with the spring inside. And of course that's different, it's a different size, and the spring on the Hongdian that I'm reviewing today is on the outside. And of course it's got the little spring inside, but you can take that out, and we'll look at that in a minute. This one got me spurred. You know, to look into this deeper again. And then, of course, the Goulet syringe is my standard. That's what I use all the time. I get them from there. Sometimes I get them from Jet Pens. I've worn off the numbers off of several Goulet ones. But anyway, but let's look at this one. So it comes in 3 parts. It does come apart further. You can take it like this and just, you know, grasp here, and then it unscrews. So you can take it apart. Whoops, and then you get to a certain point where you can pull it out, but there we go. Okay, so you could take that out, and that's what I did, but for the video I put it back in. I don't care to have that in there. I don't, it's not going to do any good for me probably, but anyway, we'll put it back in because we want to review it as it came. So you could get in there and clean. You could go ahead and do your silicone real easily, or clean around it if you got ink behind it. So that's nice. And it is a spring converter style. But then this is where it starts getting a little complicated, because you fit this. Uh-oh, I've got a cat. Coco, you wait. Mommy will be done in just a minute. You put this part, and I don't know if you heard that snap, and then you put this part. So now you have an ink syringe instead of a converter. They fit kind of tight, which is good because you don't want it flying all over. But I've actually found that when it's time to take it apart, you need to take this part off first. Wait, or was it the other way around? Coco, no. Okay, I had to escort Coco away, but it's kind of a nice, because I need to start over. Okay, so I do find if I get the metal part off first, yeah, I was showing you opposite, then I can pull this out. But it's a little harder the other way, but I can't, I made a mess of myself when there was ink involved, but still, I was really excited about these. I will be honest. I saw it on a video that had nothing to do with the item, and I asked the person, and I can't remember who it was now. It's one of the newer YouTube channels. I said, well, where'd you get those? Because they looked a lot bigger in the video. So I want to make sure that we look at these side by side with the others, because this is definitely, let's look at it as a syringe for a minute. Let's see, I'm going to put that one. And then that one, it all pushes in. Okay, so we've got the Hongdian here, and then we've got the standard Goulet 5mm syringe. And I want you to see how much bigger it is. It's thicker and it's longer and everything. And then we've got the new TWSBI spring converter. Just, you know, not necessarily comparing apples to apples, because there's different things you can do with these, but this will help you see the size better, I think. So, my first mistake, or my first misconception, was that I thought that this one was going to be the same as a standard. I thought it was going to be like a standard cartridge size. This is from Great Fountain. It's just a little cartridge plug. This is a Kaweco, I think, or Yeah, this is a Kaweco empty cartridge. So I thought we were going to be dealing with the same thing, but it is different. The Hongdian is a different size. So in my little mind, I actually, at first, before I got it and realized, I thought I was going to be able to use these as converters for the Jinhao if I didn't have enough. But no, it didn't work. The only pen that it did work on was the actual, or that I have anyway, is the Hongdian pen, you know, the same brand, and then it did. Of course, it came with a converter. So, but if I needed another one, here we go. These are the right size, and it goes right on there. So I could use this as a spring converter and an extra converter, or I could use this to clean the pen. Because, you know, we use these things for so many things. But let me get everything else out of the way, because I have a feeling that now I've got a crowd here. Let's clear out the crowd. And then we can concentrate on some of the thoughts I had so that it might help you make a purchase decision. Or a non-purchase decision. Okay, so these things. Anyway, finding that the plug won't, you know, it's too big, too small. So it's just right for this one. And that's the standard. Okay, so now we've gotten everything. These are our comparisons. This is our product. Okay, so what I came up with was a pretty sizable list of pros and cons, and I think that'll help me in talking to you, so we'll put that right here. So I like the small size. I do. It is small. It would fit in a little kit that you were going to take with you, you know, and so you would have this syringe taking up almost no space. So that's kind of neat right there, because your ink syringe that you can fill cartridges with, or flush things with, or do whatever you want to do, would not take up much space compared to this standard one. So, and we can't really talk about the TWSBI because that doesn't have all the parts needed. But, okay, so there's that. And then I do also like the fact that the spring is on the outside. Well, the spring that really matters, the one that I was concerned with the TWSBI one, thinking it'd be hard to clean. Then next was, it does fit into that Hongdian forest, the pen with the fude nib that I have. It's, let's see, it says, The Light of Hope. Anyway, I love this pen, and this does fit in it as a converter. Not that I actually need one, but it fits. Okay, then the fact that it dissembles, so you know that you're not going to be stuck with, you know, too much problem cleaning. Cleaning the converter itself. That's good. That's good. And the TWSBI one does that too, but it's a lot bigger, so it's not going to go quite the number of places. And then the fact, of course, that you can put it all together here and use it as a syringe. So you've got two uses if you have the right pen. And there may be other pens out there that this will work as a converter. I'll bet there are, but I don't have every pen. Okay, so on the not so great side, it's not a standard size like what I originally I just assumed it was. You know, that's nuts, but I did. And then I said the blunt tip pushes on, it's not threaded. So with the Goulet Ink Syringe, it's threaded. It twists on and off, and that's really, to me, better. You're not going to get messy trying to pull it off and have ink splatter. You won't have any problem with that. So, okay, and then the other con is it's got a small capacity for flushing. So if I was going to use this to flush the pen, maybe in a travel situation, I wouldn't mind, you know, just repetitively using this tiny little one. But you can see I'd really rather make the room for the Goulet one. Broken down, of course, put away like it's supposed to be, you know, tucked into here. I always take these when I travel. Oh, travel. I miss travel. I miss travel so much. But anyway, it'll come back someday. And then the last thing on my con side, it feels flimsy. The first time I messed around with one of these, I kind of I thought it fell apart, but no, it was because I didn't realize all the ways in which it comes apart. So that was my problem. Let's see, get it apart. And, you know, it comes apart here. And if I'm not mistaken, this part comes off too. But we're not going to mess with that because I don't want to have it all over the place. For now, we'll just, because I don't see any need to, because you can get in there and you can grease the piston anyway. So you could be okay. I don't realize why you'd need to tear that apart. So, okay. And, you know, like I said, the price I paid was about $2 each, and that's about competitive. These are, I think, $2.50 or $2 each, depending on where you get them. You know, the standard syringe that would have at least a 5 ml capacity. So, I'm actually thinking that someone watching this may be able to tell me more about this than I know, but at least I wanted to share what I do know about it, and that is that I had really hoped it would be a standard size, and it's not, but it does fit on the Hongdian pen, and it will act as a syringe. I mean, it's definitely a spring syringe with all of the parts, but I don't see the advantage. So if I had my money back today, and I was making the decision today, I would still think it was a cute little gizmo, because I do. I think it's cute. But it's not enough of a reason to purchase it for me. But please let me know in the comments if you use this for other things, or if you have other pens it'll fit on, because I'm just really intrigued. And I do have, let's see, I have 4 of these. I have 4 of them. Oh my goodness. So, other than the one I tore up and have been using. So I think that's it. I'm going to keep it really simple. I can't think of anything else to really compare it to, other than maybe just, you know, I mean, size-wise, when it's broken down, the largest part is 3 inches. So it is small. It's like 3.5, a little better than 3.5 on the Goulet one, with a lot more girth. And then just for grins, 3.5 with the TWSBI one. But I mean, this one is pretty wide, and it fits into the TWSBI. It's the right size and everything, except, whoops, 1 p.m. Oh, I like that time frame, don't I? But this is one more thing before I go. Okay, so this is the Great Fountain ink cartridge plug, and it's in a Kaweco standard. And this is technically, the TWSBI is technically a standard size too, but I couldn't make that plug fit. I probably could if I forced it. See, it kind of, but I don't want to crack that. So I'm intrigued. There's a slight difference, and also, of course, you can see the diameter of the entire the gizmo on the TWSBI is bigger. So there's so much to learn, so much to experiment with. But I did want you to hear what I had sort of concluded about this. I would imagine it's just right for some people, because they're selling a lot of them on eBay. And so people are using them. And maybe in other countries, maybe the bulb syringe is not as easy to come by, or maybe it's more expensive. I don't know. I've seen these even in the Dollar Tree, so small ones. And of course, we can get these really easily in the United States. So let me know. I'm especially interested to hear from people in other countries that this might be like the ticket, and I could learn a lot from you as to what makes it super useful, and the fact that they're selling a lot of them. Okay, that's it, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much for being here. Bye for now.